Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Magic and Miracles, where you learn how to be the magician of your life. My name is Anna, and I'm your most favorite manifestation coach under the sun. Reason why is because nobody spends as much time on their clients like I do. Show me a coach that does, but you can't because it doesn't exist. We interact 2 to 3 times per week with my coaching. I coach mainly in audios and phone sessions, and there's no such coaching like my coaching. My system always works if you follow along and take my guidance, okay? I've developed this coaching for my clients a long time ago. It's a system of processing your beliefs, your emotions, embarking on a new journey, because clearly the one that you have right now doesn't work, whether that's SP, money, health, drama, panorama, I don't care what the subject is. I coach in all departments, not just SP. SP just happens to be a favorite subject for a lot of people, also because people truly start paying attention to what's going on in their lives once it touches their the affairs of the heart, the romantic partnerships. And in a sense, your SP is teaching you a lot, by the way, side note here, about who you are. And so my coaching, the most two popular packages are, the links are down below, the audio exchange package, as well as the unlimited phone sessions deluxe. I recommend 2 to 3 months in my coaching to cover my program, to really go through the processes, the exercises that I give, and I tailor it to different people. I mean, everybody's different. There's nobody's the same. And so I have different things for everybody. But more or less, we cover your beliefs, how you grew up. I started with childhood, adolescence, going into being what you're manifesting today, your adult life, how are things today, etc. Your marriages, divorces, relationships, money, career, and this and that. It's really important for me to be really, really precise in my coaching, because I really want to understand who is in my coaching. I need to understand your history. Okay, without it, I really cannot coach anybody. I don't understand these coaches, okay, that are plastered all over the internet and YouTube, who basically say, oh, here's a technique and you'll be fine. Or here's a method and you'll be fine. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. I'm sorry, it doesn't work like that. So if you want to do it right, you'll come into my coaching and you'll understand how profound this really is, and how 100% of the time this truly works if you do the work. If you don't rebuttal me, you don't resist me. Now, some people, not a lot, but some people do have resistance towards working on the very thing that is the impediment right now in their life, because it's hard. And I get it. But I think if you're coming into my coaching, I think you need to know 2 things. Actually 3. I'm on your side. Clearly, I'm coaching you. Okay? You cannot resist me because I'm helping you. You need to start being truthful and open to suggestions. Okay? And 3, if you really work at it in earnest, you will come out on the other side of this so-called dark tunnel, which you may find yourself in today, a brand new person. It takes somebody to guide you, to take you by the hand and guide you there. If you do the work, you'll end up there, okay? If you're into this ego trip where you want to be right and you want results really quick, like overnight, I'm not your kind of coach. I do require you show up and do your push-ups. That's mandatory. Otherwise, I'm sorry. This is not that kind of party. Upon booking me, you need to sign the coaching agreement, which basically states I'm not a psychologist, although I've taken psychology classes, many of them. I've been coaching for 8 years now, 1 year on YouTube, 7 years outside YouTube, mostly entertainment people. Some of them you know, but I'm always under an NDA agreement, or the coaching agreement obviously states everything is confidential. And basically, you need to respect the rules. You need to be respectful. You cannot send me more than one audio at a time, which has to be 20-minute max, unless I ask you for one. And once you book me, the coaching fee is non-refundable because I assume that you're prepared to take this journey seriously. You need to show up ready to work. Okay, I give my all. I give like 200, 300% to my clients, always. But you need to come, with your own part of work. I give you instructions. I record the reply to your audio. I go through it extensively when I receive your audio. Usually we start with a phone call. That's step one. After you book me, it lasts about an hour. I record it with your permission. I go through the phone call. I give you instructions what to record next if you go for the audio exchange package. I go through that audio extensively, take my notes by hand. That's how I do. I'm very old school. And then I record my own audio, which most often than not exceeds the mark of 20 minutes. I mean, I've gone as long as an hour and a half sometimes because there's just so much information in one audio sometimes with different people. So I send that to you. You listen to it. You take your notes by hand. Okay, and then you respond with your audio, and this is how we go. And I always give you instructions of what to record next. In the phone call package, the same is true, except you get me live, which is why the price is higher, as well as it's an hour long conversation that I have to go through and re-listen to it. I listen to everything you send me more than once, and again, everything is confidential, of course, unless it's never had to deal with it, but it's pretty standard unless you become a threat to yourself, to me, or to somebody else that you explicitly communicate to me. But that I never had to deal with it, but I just had to put it in because it's pretty standard, even like in therapy or any coaching alike. If you've got any questions before booking, you can also book me for an hour, by the way, if you want to have a telephone session and make up your mind if I'm your right kind of coach. I advise you to watch more than one video of mine, audio/video. But if you've got any questions, please email me. And you can also, like I said, book an hour and then make up your mind. All right. The subject of today, render them powerless. Render your SP powerless. Now, again, SP can be a romantic relationship, but it doesn't have to be. It can be a relationship of a different kind, like a business partnership, a sibling, some kind of other family member, whoever you want, anybody at all. And many people have discussed this with me, in my coaching, and also like sending me emails with questions and this and that. First of all, the number one question that comes up is this even a right thing to do, to have so much power over somebody? And two, is it even possible? And to me, I don't know, both questions are a little bit funny at this stage of the game and have always been, by the way. Number one, you're already creating them. The way that you are creating them, you might be coming off of some drama panorama that you've experienced in the past, which is why I cover beliefs in my coaching extensively. But also, if you have created the shitty version of this someone, right, you can also create the really, really good version. Now, parenthesis here, it's if you accept you can. So this is why we work on beliefs. And even if you even want to, some people say, you know what, no, it's too much damage done. The relationship was shit, has always been shit. I don't really give a shit about this person. Fine. Still the same, you could do this. But also in parentheses here, you should definitely forgive this person because you're carrying a truckload of bullshit with you. Truckload of resentment, which you shouldn't engage in, even if you don't want to manifest a different version of that person. But the thing I want to say is if you are in the victimization mode, right? So this person did this to me and they acted like this and that. While all of this is true, Okay, they left me for a third party. They were an asshole. They were a jerk. The ba 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 doo, the ba ba doo ba doo. Okay, all of this is valid, and I understand. The thing is, though, you need to at some point stop yourself and look at all of what you're saying and realize that all of this is a projection of what you've got going on, a reflection of you. I mean, chances are you're not a kid anymore since you're listening to this. And so whatever you picked up as a child, in your childhood and your adolescence, when you weren't aware that you're creating your reality, that is no longer the case. And so at some point, I ask that you reflect back on your past and realize, well, okay, I've picked up this from my mother, from my father, from my brother, sister, whoever, guardian, la la la, uncle, aunt. And now it's my job as a conscious creator, as a creator of my reality, to understand that from here on, it's my responsibility to continue on with this bullshit or drop it. Entirely drop it. If you want to be the victim for the rest of your life, you know what? It's a choice. I'm not going to say it's not, but it's a lousy choice. You know, I don't teach that. I think it's very, very useful to start examining what hurts. What kind of pain are you carrying right now? Release it and then replace it with new empowering beliefs that actually fucking serve you. Okay? This is of paramount importance. And so at some point, you need to realize that you have been like creating for a long time now, unconsciously, things that you don't want. And it's really, really useful to check the engine of your car, metaphorically speaking, and realize, okay, this doesn't work, this doesn't work, this doesn't work, this doesn't work. How can we reconfigure this situation so that I get to create people on purpose? No more haphazardly. Even the jerkiest of jerks can come back to you and apologize, may I say to you. Now, whether you want them back into your life, that's entirely up to you. You know, some people don't. That's fine. I get it. But an apology, a change of energy entirely in your life, because chances are, like I said, you carry this resentment, you carry this heavy load, that is entirely within your control. And mandatory, if I may say, okay? You are not going anywhere with this resentment. You need to drop it. And if you've got several people to forgive, well then, you know, you're better off like getting into my coaching as soon as possible. Seriously though. The way you render anybody powerless is, first of all, you gain back control of your reality. It's okay to vent. It's okay to talk about things. Like a lot of people talk about things in my coaching, and it's very similar to therapy, but it isn't. And here's why. At some point, I get to tell you, this is why this happened, and this is my opinion, and this, that, and the other. A therapist will never tell you. It's not their job to tell you what to think. They're just asking you questions to the end of time. And maybe if you're like enough, you know, have enough kind of like self-reflection, you'll arrive to conclusions at some point down the road, but it just takes a lot longer. My job is to tell you straight what I think. And that's another thing. I'm very straightforward. And, you know, you might not like what I say, but you know what? Facts are friendly. Truth is friendly. You might not like what you hear, but you know what? I'd rather temporarily cause you discomfort and poke at your pain in order for you to start releasing this venom that you've got going on inside. Rather than for you to continue living with this bullshit and carrying on reproducing the same bullshit over and over and over again. It's not going to be this SP, it's going to be another SP. It's not going to be this friend who betrays you, it's going to be another friend who betrays you. It's just going to it's always a theme, reproduction of the same crap, like you know, a Groundhog Day, like over and over and over again. Is it fun for you? I hope not. I don't think so. It's not fun at all. And so how you render anybody powerless? You take back control and you start examining what the fuck you've created thus far. And now you're starting to create on purpose. And even let's just say in the moment you have a conflict with somebody, you have some kind of a disagreement, you have drama panorama with your SP or whoever, and you start having done the work, parenthesis here, really important parenthesis, if you've done the work on your beliefs and you've released all these emotions that haven't served you, you are in the position of making a decision and saying, I'm rendering them powerless. They're going to do what I want them to do from here on. This is a very powerful tool, guys. Really powerful and mandatory. And yes, you're entitled to doing that. Why? Because, well, let's face it, you already established that from the beginning, what I just said, you are creating all these people anyway. So why not create the version that you want? So if I create something that I want, then it's forbidden, it's taboo. But before, it wasn't taboo to create the shitty person. So how much sense does that make? So what you're saying to me is, it's okay to create the shitty version, but it's not okay to create on purpose a good person, a good version? Bullshit. Excuse me, but fucking bullshit. And so rendering somebody powerless, in fact, means I am in charge. I've got the power. You're remembering your power. You're reverse engineering things to your liking. Not the way it was all this time. I don't care for how long it was all this time. You could have been suffering in dysfunction for I don't know how many decades. And all of a sudden you decide, hey, enough is enough. I'm going to completely revolutionize the situation. And it doesn't take, affirmations or a brain fucking transplant and this and that and 10,000 affirmations and this bullshit that people promote till the end. I can't. Whenever somebody sends me something, I just get so pissed off because it isn't true. You have to be about yourself and understanding what you're creating, how it is a reflection of you. It's a piece of you or many pieces of you, okay, most of the time, that are not aligned with what it is you really want to create. And you're walking around frustrated day in and day out, getting angry, anxious, and frustrated, or in some cases depressed. But the solution is staring you in the mirror. You are the solution. Nobody's going to come and save you. Okay? Trust me, don't wait for it. Nobody's going to come and save you. No miracle is going to descend upon your head unless you become the miracle of your life. You create the change yourself. True story. And in the same manner as nobody was coming to save you before, once you realize who you really are and how to create change, deliberate change, conscious deliberate change in your life, nobody can ever take away your light from you. But nobody can take away your light from you. The whole world can be falling apart and you'd be like, I still got it. I know how I create my reality. So you guys can all go fuck yourself. I know how to do it. I'm strong. I'm totally strongly positioned. A lot of my clients love this expression. I am like a motherfucking Central Park oak tree. I'm rooted in my desires. I'm rooted in the ground. The winds can come. Hurricanes can come. Rain, sama, drama, panorama. I'm still a motherfucking Central Park oak tree. So what's up? I don't change. I don't budge. I don't change my mind. I'm right here and I always will be here. Rooted in my truth, rooted in my power. I wanted to read you this quote by Margaret Thatcher. I watched the movie The Iron Lady the other day. Oh my God. Wonderful, wonderful acting. My goodness, she's freaking talented is an understatement of the century. Meryl Streep, that is. Okay, the quote is, watch your thoughts, for they become words. Watch your words, for they become actions. Watch your actions, for they become habits. Watch your habits, for they become your character. And watch your character, for it becomes your destiny. What we think, we become. In other words, the work is you, my darling. The work has always been you. Anything you're waiting for, waiting to have come true in the 3D, you're not waiting. You're the one who has to create it. So you're waiting for your SP to show up, examine why you're not bringing them back. You're waiting for your money to show up, examine why you're not making it appear. You're waiting for whatever you're waiting for, examine why it's not showing up, why you're not commanding it into being. It's not going to show up just like Santa is not going to bring it down the chimney, okay? It's not like that. You're going to make it appear. So rendering somebody powerless, they don't have any power. They never did. It's not like you're actually rendering them powerless. Like, understand that they never had the power in the first place. You're the one with the power. And in the meantime, you're over here like complaining, not doing anything about it. Watching 300 million videos, not doing anything about it. You need to be on purpose about changing your life. There's no one's coming to save you. No one's got the parachute. You are going to have to do it yourself. And if you resonate with a coach, get into coaching. That's really, really helpful, because you will achieve the amount of work that you will do in such a short period of time, which usually, like I said, it's 2 to 3 months minimum. Most people stay like 3 to 6 months actually, but because they end up loving how I coach. Not for nothing. I'm not bragging on me. I'm bragging on my process, because it does work. But you have to recognize what resonates with you, and you have to want to get into the battle with the demons that you've kind of like closeted for such a long time. It's not pleasant. It's not pretty. The most arduous process is changing yourself, because you live with yourself every single day. You've gotten accustomed to being a certain way. And now all of a sudden, here I come and I want to help you change. Even though you do want to change, you're in pain, it's still uncomfortable. But you have to get used to the fact that detox is uncomfortable. When poisons come out of your bloodstream, it sucks. You throw up, it's diarrhea, it's everything. I don't know, whatever. It's not very pleasant, sorry. It's emotional everything. It's emotional processing of everything you've lived, suppressed, not accepted, or shoved down under the carpet, so to speak, and this, that, and the other. It needs to be released for you to then have a pure system and manifest like effortlessly and like really easily and fast, And then money is no object. Love is, excuse me. Love is no object. Nothing is an object. It's like, just tell me what you want. Write it down, make it come true. In fact, for me, right, personally, and the way that I teach, and people end up experiencing this a lot, it's like I almost have to be careful what I write down these days, or what I even utter under my breath or say to somebody, because it ends up coming true. That's how like ridiculous this whole situation is, where somebody says, Anna, I don't know how to manifest. Manifestation doesn't work. You got to be joking me right now. Hello, do you have a pulse? Yeah, that means you're manifesting. Number one. Number two, that you manifesting already is one. What you're telling me though is like you're not manifesting what you want. Now that's a different story. That's a different conversation. But don't tell me manifestation doesn't work. That's like saying I'm not breathing right now. So how are you talking to me if you're not breathing? It's ridiculous. And so your manifestations so far have been shit, probably. Or maybe not all of them, but some of them in certain departments, like relationships or love or money or whatever. All right, maybe that's the area of your life where you need, to do some work, clearly. And so it demands, quite frankly, the effort of letting go of your favorite problem. Why do you have this problem? And I'm being sarcastic, obviously, that it's your favorite problem. You don't like this problem, but you've suffered through this problem all your life. And so it's like, it is letting go of your favorite problem. You need to have enough perseverance to say, you know what? No, I'm going to start believing that my SP is only mine. He's faithful and loyal. He's fabulous to me. He's caring, he's loving, he's affectionate, or she, you know, money's coming to me effortlessly. I get paid for just being myself. I do exactly what I want to do. And all of this is totally effortless to me. And all my conflicts have been resolved, or my emotions around those conflicts don't exist anymore. And it's just like a pretty easy, fabulous fairy tale. Now, once in a while in everybody's life, certain things will come up. There is that. But you don't have to be so worked up about it, because nobody else has the power in your reality other than you. Even though some person may come against you and start like trying to rattle your cage, momentarily it can happen, but your reaction to it will be everything. You can look at them and you say, oh, I see. You don't understand how this works. And so because I do, I'm not going to react to you at all. I'm going to look at you like you're in kindergarten. You're still kind of like learning situations. Therefore, you're powerless. I'm going to have enough wisdom where I'm going to go back to my laboratory of my mind and decide on the outcome that I want. And I mean, they could be older than you, more experienced than you. They can have 500 degrees. I don't give a shit. Okay, they can be a lawyer, politician, whoever. I don't care. And they can say to you like, this is not possible. Okay. I love these situations. Honestly, it's like my favorite thing when it's like, no, in my reality, this is how we do things. In my reality, this is how it's going to happen. But in order for that to create itself, for you to create it, you have to be like 100% zeroed in, focused in on your creation. And first of all, it's not and, it's reverse. You have to be pure of resentment and past drama panorama, and you have to be focused and zeroed in on your desires, on your goals. That's it. It's a very easy formula. But the not so easy part, the challenging part, is getting rid of the garbage from your system. When you have that clean palette, clean canvas of your creation, shed is easy as pie. But if you are frustrated, angry, resentful, jealous, I mean, how can you create anything like wonderful with those emotions? It's like painting canvas black and blacker and blacker and fucking blacker, you know? It's like darkness, like, whoa, you know? Where can you go from there? Absolutely. Can you paint like nice, beautiful cherry blossoms on this canvas? No, I don't think so. You know, it's not pleasant to look at. You need to come to this point where your system is cleansed. It's cleansed, and now you're creating beautiful shit. Now you're loving. Now you're kind to yourself, to others. You're in this beautiful, magnificent, energetic soup of quantum field where you always were, except now you are communicating deliberately things that are wonderful, things that you actually want to manifest. And so rendering them powerless is so easy. You want getting a text, getting an email, getting an apology, whatever the fuck you want. The thing is, you have to cleanse your palette in order to get those things. Cleansing the feelings towards your SP, cleansing the feelings towards money, cleansing the feelings towards whatever, so that you now have direct avenue towards this manifestation that was always there for you, but you were dragging around this heavy load of darkness. You were in a dark cloud, and therefore from that dark cloud, you can only manifest dark shit. When you're rid of the dark cloud, now you're in some kind of like a wonderful energy, white light. Things are easy in the white light. You manifest powerfully like a magician, a true magician, may I say. And then it's like, SP, what's that? They're wrapped around my finger. They're licking Nutella off my toes. I can't get rid of them. Like, I can't believe before I thought like I didn't deserve them. Now it's like I don't know if like, you know, what's happened, but they are now acting like I used to act. Money, what's that? I make a wish, I write a sum of money down, and boom, I get an email, somebody calls me, la la la, and here we are. We're working on some beautiful shit. It's no work at all. It's just floating through this river of energy when you're really free flowing like an angel through this quantum magnificent field. That's really all it is. And so accepting your power rather than giving it away is really the job that you have for life. If you've given away your power, if you're playing victim right now and you're crying in bed, I'm sorry, darling, you've given away your power, okay? And if you're feeling like somebody has, a say-so or this and that, you've given away your power still, and it's up to you at any given moment to take it back. At any given moment, you can do so. If you have any questions about my coaching and you want to start coaching with what I have spoken about today or any other video, if anything resonated with you, let me know. My email is directly below. Again, I recommend 2 to 3 months in coaching. If you're really doing the full program, that's what I do recommend. If you have any questions, comment or rather email me directly, and I'll let you know when you can start. Usually a good idea is to start with a phone call, okay? Thank you very much for listening. Until next time. Ciao, ciao.